I'm going to tell you about how I got to be a casual gamer. It's been a long path. When I was a teenager, I played games. Looked forward to them. They took me to different places. I was excited about them. I remember being really, really into computer games. It was an important part of my childhood when I was very young, and I started off playing games like King's Quest and first version of SimCity and things like that, and then moved on. Got into real-time strategy games like Empire Earth and building games like Zoo Tycoon and SimCity 4. I remember I was really into that. And then, I turned, I guess, 17 or so. I went to 4 years. No, not 4 years. I went to, well, a couple years of Bible school, and I was involved in the church. And then I got a job, and I spent a decade or so being really, really sort of obsessed with trying to make the most of crafting a career. And then I got married, and I put a few years into that, and I got divorced, and life happened. And I came to realize that a lot of the things that I used to chase, the things that I thought were symbols of success, were actually remarkably empty. And a lot of the things that people said were stupid, like playing video games, I realized in hindsight those things didn't hurt me at all. It was all the things people said that I had to chase that actually hurt me. And so, long story short, now I'm 34 years old, and I'm playing computer games again. And I've been back into it for a couple years now. And as time went on, I started to be more interested in MMOs in the last couple of years. I started looking for, that sense of the perfect ideal game to play. Played through a lot of different MMOs and kind of dabbled in those, and then started filling up my Steam library with all the cool games that I've seen in Steam and thought, oh man, I would love to play that. And then, don't quite get around to it. And so I've been trying to get more mindful about that. But then I guess what I've realized is you also have to you have to surrender this idea of finding the perfect game. Like you look for the perfect job or the perfect spouse or maybe the perfect MMO, I don't know. And you don't find these things really because life is not perfect. And so letting go of this sense of looking for the perfect thing, especially if you've gone through maybe real life things that have made you want to find this ideal escape, then you can get hung up on trying to find the perfect game. And that doesn't really help. So, what I found has been the lesson in gaming over the last couple of years for me has been becoming casual about gaming so that I can actually be, ironically, passionate about it. When you're singularly focused on one thing only and you're obsessed with it and you're trying to make, this one game be your everything, well, you're not going to have that great of a time because it's just a game. But if you want to be passionate about gaming as a whole, then you find good things in whatever it is you're doing, and you enjoy it fully while you're doing it. And that's the path to having a good experience in gaming. So learning to be casual about gaming and maybe casual about everything in life has helped me a lot to work through some stuff and to get to a point where I really can actually feel like I'm enjoying the things that I'm doing. And it's kind of weird to say that if you want to enjoy something completely, you have to sort of let it go. But I found it's true because, I don't want to define my whole gaming career by one title that I sunk 4,000 hours into or something. I want to play all the different games in my Steam library. I want to, be excited about the new things that are coming out. I want to, give things enough time to be interested in them, but not to force myself to have a artificial obsession with, one particular thing only. And so it's sort of a, sort of a paradox, it seems like, in a way, but once you stop trying to find something that's perfect, I think that lets you get out of your own way, and then you start to find all sorts of things that are really good. And then I also look for experiences which are complete in and of themselves. So, if I'm building, if I'm playing a city builder, then all I need to do is have one real fun, good build out of that game, and then I can put it away and be done with it for a while. It's not like I have to make it a forever game. If I'm playing a MMO like this, what I like about a game like New World is I can just sign in and I can run around and collect a few things and I can sell them in the marketplace and I can log off and be done with it. Like, I don't have a sense of, I need to do all these long-term objectives in the game, and if I don't keep on top of it, then it's not going to be fun. For me, the fun is what I'm doing right here, right now. I'm running around collecting resources in this gorgeous game. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm going to turn it off when I'm done, and it's a complete experience. I'm good with it. And if I feel like doing something else tomorrow, then I'll do something else tomorrow. I've known a lot of people who are older and maybe retired, getting more toward the end of their life, these older guys, and they tend to be good mentors, they tend to be good listeners, and they always seem to have plenty of time. They're just not really in a rush. If something happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, then I guess it wasn't meant to be today. And to have that sense of just being relaxed about life, to be present, doesn't mean you're not interested in what you're doing, for gosh sakes. You do it. You be involved. Be interested in what you're doing. Don't, why even do something if you're not going to be interested in it? But also be relaxed about it. Like, it's all right. It's all right if something doesn't happen. Like, why would I be, worried about whether I complete a objective in a game that's supposed to be something that's actually just fun? Like, if the path to having fun is to do things that you don't enjoy, then is it really fun? And you could say the same thing. You could apply that question to all sorts of things in life. If a relationship bears bad fruit, is it a good relationship? If a job puts you in a position where you do things that are harmful to other people and you have to make sacrifices that harm you, then is it really a good job, regardless of how much money you might get paid to do it? And if a game feels like a job, is it really a game? Like, these are things to question, and the simplest answer is usually the most obvious one. If you can't just enjoy something at face value, then it probably isn't the best thing for you to be doing. So, just learning to be relaxed about things has helped me in life, and it's also helped me, I think, in my tastes for gaming over the last couple years, as I've been kind of focused on having fun and not fixating on one particular thing over everything else. So, moving forward, going through the motions to keep this channel alive and stuff, my goal is not to really make it about one particular game. There may be a few titles that wind up being recurring things that kind of, continue to be things I play often, but my goal is just to have fun and then share that fun with other people in some way. This rock seems to be glitching out a little bit. I can't get it. Weird. Can I? Nope. No. The iron vein is not meant to be, I guess. Okay. So, the theme of my my thoughts of late has been be interested, but don't be obsessed, and that continues to be a focus. It's easier said than done sometimes, because once you get into something, you want to be a completionist on it. You want to, you want to see it through. But then sometimes that very desire to chase something to completion is also the reason why you wind up not having fun and maybe even committing to things that aren't going to make your experience better in the long run. So be careful about that. And whatever you do, invest your time and your thoughts and your efforts into things that bear good fruit, and understand it's okay. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to walk away from something for a while. And as much as we have this temptation to fill every gap with something right away, sometimes it's okay to leave an empty space and just not worry about it. You know, you could be in between jobs, you could be in between relationships, you could be, in between games, even like whatever it is, you can always give the universe a little bit of time and space to work in its own mysterious way without you always having to, have a roadmap, I guess. When you relax, then sometimes you see things through a different lens, and then you start to have, you start to be more productive. Like if you're desperate, do you really have a good experience? It's like if I told you you're going to go on a vacation, right? And then you got to have fun. Well, you've put all your money into this. You've been so determined to have a good vacation. Now every minute has to be filled with fun. And if it's not, then you feel like you're wasting your time. So then it winds up being supremely miserable in a way, because you spent all your time trying to question whether you're having enough fun or not. And then the vacation's over and you feel sort of depleted and disappointed, because deep down inside you know that you didn't have as much fun as you should have been having. It's kind of like that. But if you just let it be, and you weren't in a hurry, you weren't trying to achieve something, then you might have all sorts of fun without even planning to. If you think about the things that in your life have been the most exciting, the most fun, the most enjoyable, usually they're things you didn't really plan. You were just going about your business, and then you coincidentally had a really great time. So let life happen. Enjoy the adventure. Whatever you choose to do, put your whole mind and your whole effort into it. But you also kind of got to let it go too. Keep finding a lot of these honey trees here. I don't know if there's more honey trees than there were the first time I played this game. I feel like they added some honey trees, because I don't feel like I remember seeing as many honey trees in this area as there are now. Like, I might just be imagining it, but I feel like they added some. Yeah, I don't know. I guess New World is going to have a battle pass soon. Not sure how I feel about that, but all in all, I think it's probably going to be a decent thing, because I don't mind putting money into a game, but I absolutely don't want to do a subscription model. So if it's something where I have to pay a certain amount every month to play, then I probably just would do something else. But if it's more like a battle pass where you're totally good to play, and then if you choose to do the battle pass, you can. But if you're not really interested in that, you're not going to really miss it, then I'm fine with that. I think I would like to see New World continue to get content updates and maybe more map expansions and different things like that. And they're not going to be able to do that if they don't figure out some way to continue to monetize the game. I guess the only other thing I would kind of probably throw out there though is, if they're gonna pursue monetization, they should listen to the players and look for opportunities to add content that people actually enjoy and want into the game. It's a good game, but there's a few things I could probably do, like maybe a better character customization options, or maybe options to change your character's appearance after you make your character. There's just a few different things they could probably do. Quality of life sort of things that would make people excited. Like I might even buy a cash shop cosmetic if I saw something in the cash shop that actually looked like it was worth buying. But even being willing to spend money on extra things in the cash shop, like skins or something, we just don't see it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. But I do think that Amazon Game Studios has put a pretty decent effort into trying to keep the game alive, and despite a lot of negative feedback right after launch, which is now a while ago, they really kind of saved the game. I think there's a decent number of people that enjoy the game, so I got nothing bad to say about it. Certainly, if you enjoy running around and gathering, which I do, it's hard to find a better, more immersive experience in terms of environmentals and landscapes. So that kind of has me a bit sold on Guild Wars, or sorry, I said Guild Wars 2. It's another game that's great, but on New World. So anyway, I guess that's enough for this evening. But I do kind of plan to follow the cadence of doing a video that's mostly about like a city builder or a colony sim or a management game or something. Doing like one of those once a day or so, a more longer gameplay video, and then another video that's more just kind of like playing an MMO or an RPG or something like this, and then just sort of talking about life while I do it. So, one talking about life sort of video, and then one that's more of a longer gameplay video. And that's probably going to be the format we follow for a while. And then eventually, maybe I'll do a little bit more to, you know, soup up the videos and make them a little more higher production value. But I do feel like I'm more interested in just producing content on a regular cadence and feeling comfortable with that content than I am worrying about the production value just yet, because I really go back to all the different people that I watch and that I enjoy on YouTube, and I find that very seldom do I watch a content creator because they're making really high quality production videos. Like I'll watch them if I'm specifically looking for a certain type of content, but mostly the people that I keep coming back to, it's because of something that they say, it's the way that they communicate with their audience, it's that they seem to be a bit genuine. And so that's kind of what I'm shooting for. It's what I want to do and what I want to be. Figure out how to be pretty authentic and genuine about the content that I am creating, and then be regular about it, because I don't want to be like make a video once a day for a little bit and then get burned out on it and then don't make any for a week or something. And it's pretty easy to do that. So one of the best ways I've found to be comfortable making content regularly is to eliminate some of those barriers of, feeling like you have to do a lot of post-production work on a video or something. It's a lot easier if you're just going to turn the camera on and play something and talk about it and just enjoy the time and then upload that content. So that's the format we are sticking with for right now. In any case, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. And until next time, thank you very much.